Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel. Welcome to those of you who are new. Welcome back to those of you seasoned veterans of what we do around here. What we do around here is bring about conversations of a psychological, emotional, and mental health paradigm. We try to do that on a daily basis. We don't always get there some weeks, although hopefully this week will be better than the last. If you are looking for coaching in a life, business, or relationship manner, please feel free to reach out. There's a couple ways to do that. You can do that on Twitter at PO Perception. You can also do that through the About Me section of this YouTube channel, and all of the useful information related to doing that will be available to you. Today we're going to talk about signs that you may be more resourceful than you think. We're talking about mental resource in this way, and there's about 6 to 8 things I want to go through here. Curiosity is the first thing that's super important that way. When you are prone to asking the question why, that means you're more resourceful, because when you understand the why of something, rather than just taking a pre-described or pre-prescribed solution to why something is the way it is. When you want to have a direct understanding of why things are the way they are, be they socially, emotionally, mentally, whatever have you, then you are more committed to the idea of the potential for positive resolution to whatever challenges are there. And this means that you may be more resilient and thereby more intelligent, simply because there is more to be had and more good that will come from the idea of connecting on a deeper level in a meaningful long-term way, as it relates to kind of getting resolution and positivity out of solving problems for oneself. Now, that doesn't mean you can't take other people's ideas and concepts into alignment when making decisions, but it does mean that you're less likely to think about what other people think, as opposed to what you think based on your amalgamation and kind of searching through different people's opinions and ideas. It's definitely a good idea to get to a place where you're considering all major points as points for your inspection and introduction, rather than just trusting in one person's viewpoint for whatever reason. The next is you're willing to learn. You understand that there are many things in life that you don't know. You also understand that there are, in fact, things in life that you will never have a reason to know, but you're willing to learn as much as you can about a variety of topics anyway. A passion for learning indicates that you are flexible. Flexibility indicates that you are capable of dealing with a number of things, and the nature of being a lifelong learner indicates that you may be more intelligent or more resilient than most people. People who are stubborn, or who allow other people to determine what they believe based on previous experience that isn't personal to them, are more likely to fall for scams and or manipulations, just based on the fact of the desire to believe being something that can be exploited. The next is the level of self-control. You understand your ability and the need to control oneself. You understand that you will have temptations and have strategies to deal with the most tempting things that may not be good for you. This doesn't mean that you always overcome them. Much to the contrary, you accept within yourself that you will have moments where you slip into temptation upon occasion. You use those as opportunities to learn and grow. A person who isn't resourceful will just blame their temptations or their addictive behavior or any other sort of negative consequence in a way that's not healthy, and then not learn from themselves, not get in a positive direction, and instead set themselves up for a history of excuses which hold them back from personal progress. The next is you have an organized mess. Now that sounds like an oxymoron, and for some people it would be, but this means that you can be disorganized but know where everything is. Therefore, if other people were to look at what you're doing or what you're trying to accomplish, they'd go, "That's a mess. There's no possible way you can know where things are." But in reality, you know where everything is, or at least can find it within a couple of minutes. This is a sign that you have the ability to create your own systems of filing information and systems of filing physical items. When you do this, that means you can create something from nothingness. And so that becomes a skill that indicates a higher level of intelligence, partially because you understand the value of doing things that are atypical to the way that other people may do them. In the end, it's all about finding balance. In the end, it's all about finding positivity in a way that's, you know, in a good direction, and creating a life and a series of systems to get through life that work for you. They don't have to be in agreement with what other people think or feel. They don't have to necessarily be make sense to everyone on your Christmas card list. They should make sense to you, and it's good when they do. But even you may have difficulty in trying to figure out what's coming next or how to apply certain things. But as long as you come out ahead, you're good with yourself. And that's another thing, too. You accept your own strengths and weaknesses. When you can look at yourself objectively, acknowledge that you have strengths, acknowledge that you have weaknesses, and be okay with both, that means that you ultimately are getting to a place where you have full acceptance. And the ability to accept oneself also indicates higher levels of self confidence and self esteem. Self being the key word here. Many people look to others for their self confidence and self esteem. This, this is a defeatist mindset, though, because when you give that power away, it's not coming from within self. Therefore, the person that you deal with most and live with most, yourself, is devalued in that paradigm. The next the next thing is a love for music, art, and entertainment in terms of both studying it, learning from it, experiencing emotions as a result of it, and creating it. So the creative mindset is extremely indicative of higher intelligence. This is because you are able to create something from where there was once just bare bones and or nothing. It doesn't necessarily mean it has to be good. It doesn't mean that everyone has to like it or understand it, but the ability to create from a blank slate, so to speak, metaphorically, is a sign of higher intelligence. The last thing there is left-handed people, and this is about the part of the brain that's activated through using the left hand predominantly, which being the more creative side. This means that you will have a propensity towards understanding how to solve problems quicker, understanding how to get more out of life in a discernible way in a less emotional context. So hopefully this is helpful. I encourage you to reach out. If there's more I can do for you, please feel free. And until next time, keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Until next time, everybody.